If you don't like history, but still love gripping tales, then you need to hear this story. The fall of the Third Reich is not just a tale of military defeat, but a saga of pursuit, justice, and the relentless hunt for those who orchestrated one of the darkest chapters in human history. The fall of Hitler marked the end of War II, but kicked off a wild hunt for Nazi leaders. As the Allies celebrated victory, a new mission began: to bring the architects of the Holocaust and other war crimes to justice. This mission was fraught with challenges, as many high-ranking Nazis had gone to great lengths to evade capture. Some faced justice, others vanished into thin air. Heinrich Himmler, head of the SS and Gestapo, was captured by the British, but dodged trial by committing suicide. His death was a significant blow to the Allied forces, who had hoped to extract valuable information from him. Hitler's successor, Hermann Göring, did the same before he could be sentenced. Göring, once a prominent figure in the Nazi regime, had been captured and was awaiting trial at Nuremberg. However, he managed to smuggle a cyanide capsule into his cell and took his own life, thus escaping the hangman's noose. Infamous figures like Adolf, Eichmann and Josef Mengele fled to South America. These men, responsible for unspeakable atrocities, used a network of sympathizers and covert routes to escape Europe. Eichmann, a key architect of the Holocaust, hid in Argentina until his capture and execution in 1960. His trial was a landmark event, bringing the horrors of the Holocaust to the forefront of global consciousness. Mengele, known for his cruel experiments, lived in South America until his death in 1979. Mengele, often referred to as the Angel of Death, conducted inhumane medical experiments on prisoners at Auschwitz. Despite numerous efforts to capture him, he managed to evade justice, living under various aliases until he drowned in Brazil. Many lesser-known Nazis hid their identities in Germany or escaped through secret routes called ratlines to sympathetic countries like Argentina. These ratlines were clandestine networks that helped former Nazis flee Europe, often with the assistance of sympathetic clergy and officials. Some of these fugitives managed to live out their lives in relative obscurity, while others were eventually tracked down and brought to justice. The Nuremberg Trials of 1945 to 1946 held top Nazis accountable for war crimes. These trials were unprecedented in their scope and significance, setting a new standard for international justice. High-ranking officials, military leaders and industrialists were tried for crimes against humanity, war crimes and genocide. The trials exposed the full extent of the Nazi regime's brutality and served as a stark reminder of the need for vigilance against such atrocities. Later trials, like Eichmann's in the 1960s, further exposed Nazi atrocities. Eichmann's trial was particularly significant because it was one of the first to be widely televised, bringing the horrors of the Holocaust into living rooms around the world. His calm demeanor and lack of remorse shocked many, underscoring the banality of evil. Organizations like the Simon Wiesenthal Center kept hunting down Nazi fugitives. Founded by Holocaust survivor Simon Wiesenthal, the center dedicated itself to tracking down and prosecuting war criminals. Wiesenthal's tireless efforts led to the capture of numerous fugitives, ensuring that they faced justice for their crimes. The quest for justice didn't end with World War II. Even decades later, efforts to bring former Nazis to justice continued. In the 1980s and 1990s, several high-profile cases brought renewed attention to the lingering presence of war criminals. These efforts were driven by a commitment to ensuring that the atrocities of the past were not forgotten, and that those responsible were held accountable. The fall of the Iron Curtain in 1989 allowed for more Nazi prosecutions in Eastern Europe, ensuring that the horrors of the Nazi regime didn't go unpunished. With the collapse of the Soviet Union, previously inaccessible archives were opened and new evidence came to light. This led to a wave of prosecutions in countries like Poland, Hungary, and the former East Germany, where many former Nazis had lived under assumed identities. So, what happened to the Nazi leaders post-World War II? The answer is complex and multifaceted. Some faced the music, others ran, but history never let them hide. The relentless pursuit of justice ensured that many of those responsible for the Holocaust and other war crimes were eventually held accountable. Their fates serve as a powerful reminder of the importance of justice and the enduring impact of history. The legacy of the hunt for Nazi war criminals continues to resonate today. It serves as a testament to the resilience of justice and the enduring commitment to remembering and learning from the past. As we reflect on this dark chapter in history, we are reminded of the importance of vigilance, accountability, and the unyielding pursuit of truth.